Hi and welcome. My name is Michael Foster, Visual Finesse, and we will be creating this logo. So, check it out. The application that we're going to be using is a Adobe Illustrator, and I've already pulled it up. So this is kind of what you'll get. You'll get it. Well, we'll just go ahead and start from the very beginning. No, we do not want to save anything. We will start from scratch. Here we go. Here we go. So we will also close this other application and we will jump right in. So the first thing you're going to get is a dialog box to kind of, it's going to show you some of your recent work and all sorts of stuff. If you don't have any work, you're not going to see any of that stuff. But basically, you're just going to hit create new, right? And then this is kind of like, okay, cool. So you get to kind of create your canvas, right? And so this is like your dimensions. So a typical screen is 1920 by 1080. And I'm going to assume that you guys are all brand new to this because this is a very more basic fundamental kind of question and how to do stuff and how to use this app. So I'm just going to take you step by step, get you some applications. So we're going to type this Visual Finesse logo. Boom. And then, so this is the orientation. That's fine. 1920 by 1080. That's standard. You don't get DPI because Illustrator is all vector. And we'll explain more about what that means. But yeah, that's just, basically you just go ahead and hit create. Doesn't matter. You'll get your art box, right? So this is what you should see. And if you don't see this, right, this right here that you see is an art box. Right, so there's actually an Artbox tool, boom, or Artboard, sorry, not Artbox, Artboard. But yeah, you can create multiple artboards, Artboard 2, Artboard 3, any dimension that you want, and boom, now you got a bunch of them, right? I don't need those, so I'll click on this Artboard tool again. You can also hit Shift O, right? And we will go ahead and just delete some of the rest of these to make them gone. Right, and so these are all of our tools. That's a lot of tools if you're new to this, right? And then you've also got, what's going on right here, and then you've got, for me, I've got all this stuff over here on the right-hand side. It looks crazy, but these are all different windows, right? So you can move these guys around, and they have a like a logo version of the tab, right? So you can collapse. Things you'll need to do is, this is your pointer tool, right? You saw me moving this thing around. I'm hitting spacebar. The spacebar will is the hotkey or a hand tool. You hand, and it'll give you the spacebar tool. But spacebar, if you got the pointer tool and you hit space, you get it's a quick select kind of thing for that. So our pen tool is really powerful here, but we'll just take a basic shape, right? If you hold down any of these tools, you get like a menu of tools. So each tool has a tool menu if it's got this little arrow on the bottom corner. So this one doesn't have it because it doesn't have that arrow in the bottom right. But this one does, and I'm looking for okay, so basically if we reverse engineer this logo, everything's a triangle. It's just a bunch of triangles creating a V and an F, right? So we're basically going to need to make a triangle and stack them on top of each other. So here we go. And to do that, we'll hit the Polygon Tool, right? So when you make a Polygon Tool, well, that's not a triangle, right? That's not a triangle at all. So what we can do is, there is a little plus or minus right here, and we can create less sides or more sides. So that's like 11, and you can see so if I do that, it's, you've got 11 sides there, and then I can drop it down to 6, 5, 4, 3. You can also, it's also up here. So if you go to shape, right, you can adjust it like this. So that's almost a circle, and there's our triangle, right? So now when you have a triangle like this, you might be like, well, I want to rotate it, right? And you can rotate it like this, like, you just go to the bottom top, you'll see the icon change. Hit Command Z if you're new to Adobe, Command Z, or Control Z for Windows, which is what I'm on, which is what I used, is a way to come back. So to undo things. So if I accidentally twisted this, I can hit Command Z, boom, I'm back, right? But you know, if I hit if I grab this by the corner, right, you know, you can scale it however you want, right? That's one of the beautiful things about vector. Vector basically means that this is not like an image. You know, these are 3 points generated. So you've got this point right here, right? This point, and then this point, and then this point, and then lines connecting those 3 points. Those vertices. Vector. It's all, there's a root word there somewhere. And that's it. So, you know, you can zoom in to this piece of art for as long as you'd like to. You can get this as big as you want. I mean, there's no, it will not rasterize or anything. And you can blow that up as big as you like, right? It's a point. It's a computerized point. It's not a rasterized image. So there's no pixels. Pixels don't exist. Dots per inch don't exist. None of that stuff works. So, all right. To continue with our deal, right? As you can see when I zoomed in here, there is a line. There's a stroke on this. So what we can do is we can go over here or our panel here, and we can say no stroke, none, right? So that gets rid of that. To change the color, we can double click on here. We've got all the different colors in the world, right? So if we bring this one over, our first color will be this orangish color, right? So we'll hit, we'll find like an orangish color. I don't know if that's close enough. We'll just say it is. Okay, cool. And then you can actually, like, if you are actually referencing something like specific, right, which we are, so we will do this, we can hit open, right? And this is on my desktop, boom, we'll open that, holla, and it's right here. Well, it's right here, but it created a new tab, a new window, and so we'll paste it in on our project here. So we'll close out of that. We don't need to save anything. So now, if we really wanted to know this exact color, we can hit our, oops, cancel. We can hit our, where's our eyedropper tool? Boom. Let's get that color. Boom. Now we are that color. Exactly. And that we need to, this is really one of the only things that I actually expand, right? So layers, boom. Well, that's not true. I expand all sorts of stuff, but we'll start with this guy. So we have this one layer. We've only got one layer. So even on this layer, it's decided to, it has to make a decision on what to put, like how to sandwich what where, right? So we can go in here and we can manually move things around in this layer. Also, another way is you can right click and you can hit arrange and you can send it to back. You can send it backwards. You can bring forward, or you can bring to front. So if I, you have all those options. That's a right click and then arrange. And so and then you've got your command keys for those as well. All right. So, but as we can see, that is exactly that color. Perfect. So now all we have to do is we have to recreate. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on one side. So we'll go in here and we will hold shift while we scale this down to maintain perfect aspect ratio, how they're overlapping. Eventually it'll say, it'll give us an intersect kind of option that lets us know that we intersected. That was close, no cigar. And you can actually see how they've overlapped, right? Maybe it's not snapping for a reason. Let's just start this over again. Basically what we need to do, polygon, right? Sides 3. And then what I'm going to do is, because that's weird and I can't tell if it's perfectly straight or not, right? I have no idea. 240. I mean, I can go in here and be like, okay, line it up to this grid, right? is it straight? I mean, it looks straight. Okay, cool, whatever. We'll call that straight. And then what we'll do is, there's this, nope, that's artboards. I can't ever tell what these, Pathfinder, my Pathfinder window. Yes, yes sir indeed. Okay, so generally I actually put the Pathfinder window below here. So what I'll do is, I'll put this on top. All right, and then maybe this will be like, okay, cool, it's got 3 points, and then, okay, so see how it's intersecting now? Oops. Cool, see, it's gonna pop and intersect. See, now it's snapping. Okay, so that's basically what we had to do, is we just had to create the polygon into a shape, you know. So this is much faster when it intersects like this, right? I can get much more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 9, 10. Right? We need to make our F. All right, 1, 2. So if this made a line, so we'll do a rectangle tool, right? If this is our line, right, our 3 is going to be right on that. So we're going to change these colors to gray, so you can see what I'm talking about. Boom, look at that perfect line right across the top. So we're going to move these guys over to touch. There it is. That's it. We're done. Cool. So now we've got our F and V all in triangles, right? That was our goal. Now we're going to take this, and we're basically, since I've already done the color of what I want the color to be, and this is the color, this is what we're going to use. So I'm just going to say, look, I'm going to hit this inspector, and I'm just hitting I. Whoops. And then I click the next one, and I hit I. And all right, there's our logo. So if I wanted to blow this bigger, right? So we'll zoom in here. Like you can see how rasterized, like you can see each individual pixel, right? So that's a pixel, that's a pixel, that's a pixel, 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 pixel. And so, but if you go into a vector, right, it doesn't. It's just lines and points, and you have, you know, 2 lines here, 2 lines here, a point here, a point on top of that point here, but basically 1 point in total. But I mean 2 points in total, basically. And so that's how you do a logo in Adobe Illustrator. So there you go. Now we're gonna bring this bad boy into Photoshop for our next video.